it's not hotspotting. Maybe there's something in the connection. I'm with Telstra, so maybe that's what's wrong. So we are going to leave that for later. Lock the car up. I want to show you what I see, because we're going to see the sunset, and it honestly is spectacular. Spectacular. So guys, I was literally doing Dora's podcast and having a good old conversation, saying that if this is a podcast, this is what I'll be talking about. And then I realised that you guys are gone again. Look at that. Isn't that a beautiful view? Oh my gosh. That is amazing. Amazing. I need to get a photo of that. It's just stunning. Stunning. How cool was that? So gorgeous. So gorgeous. That's just so beautiful. I don't think we can go down there. Yeah, we're going to do that, guys. We're going to go for a walk down on the rocks, because we can. And plus, we've got our old shoes on too, so it really doesn't matter. Ooh. Gosh, that's gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay. These are lopsided stairs, so we just got to be careful. A little bit careful. I haven't taken you guys down here, so we got to be careful. But how gorgeous is this? This is amazing. So ages ago, well, not ages ago, last week, when I was talking to the guy about sea glass and making jewellery out of sea glass, he said to me that this area here at low tide is really, really good. Hey, hi guys. Okay, I don't know why, but yeah, it's not working. So anyway, I'm going to show you the sunset because it'll probably drop out again. How gorgeous is that? It's so beautiful. So I just thought we'd go down onto the rocks actually, because we've got our sand shoes on, so we don't care if they get dirty. But let's see if we can find anything interesting down here. I mean, other than that, so beautiful. Look at it. So gorgeous, so gorgeous. So guys, we are now at Woody Point. That's the Woody Point jetty in Redcliffe. So Brisbane is literally just over there. I don't know if you can see Brisbane actually. If I zoom in, you can see a little bit of some shadows of some buildings. About 45 minutes away, you can get into Brisbane, which is the capital of Queensland here in Australia. I think it's a small little city, to be honest. I like Brisbane. I think it's nice. But I don't come down here very often to this end, and I hardly ever come out here. Fun fact, back in the day, my mum used to go looking for pippies here and then take them home and clean them and then stir fry them. And they were so tasty. There's not many pippies left down here. So pippies are like a clam. But you can see like oysters and stuff like that. I don't think you'd eat these guys, to be honest. I'm just half expecting to look down at the phone and go, oh, disconnected again. All right, well, why not? Let's just get our feet really muddy. Eee, yuck. See, look at the sea glass, guys. This is sea glass. Seagrass. Seagrass, not sea glass. I don't know what number we're at, Paul. I've given up. God, it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I'm so glad I came down. This is kind of nice. Like, because, you know, as I said, we're winding back on the walking. Like, oh gosh, it is very sea glassy. Sea glass? Sea grass. Oh my gosh. Okay, now I'm kind of like literally walking through. Eek. Okay, let's get out of this. Eek, eek, eek. Kind of reminds me of that story. Oh, now my feet are all wet. Oh, shivers. Okay, whatever. Dear. Socks wet. Okay, that's better. Walk on rocks. That way we don't get so wet. How is that? That is beautiful. So you reckon you fixed it, Craig? I'm going to take a photo like that. Go down low. So cool. Such a beautiful afternoon. So yeah, I don't know what's going on the internet at the moment. Maybe it's my phone, who knows. Doesn't matter. I am not that concerned. But at least I'm able to show you quickly the sunset before it disappears again. Actually, we'll quickly take a photo. We're going to take a cover shot. A thumbnail, should I say? A thumbnail for YouTube. Do we want my head in it? Nah, we don't need my head in it. Gosh. Now I'm just making sure I don't trip over here, because that wouldn't be fun. I do like walking on rocks, guys. It's kind of fun. Paul, do you spend a bit of time walking over rocks? Okay, I don't know if you can see, guys, there's some guys going in. Oh my gosh, guys, that's so cool. Look at that. That is beautiful. That is absolutely stunning, guys. That to me is just glorious. Just take that in, guys. That is just absolutely Mother Nature at her best. I feel very privileged to be able to see that myself, and to be able to show you guys. That is beautiful. Well, guys, before this live goes out again, we did see the sunset. I'm stoked. I feel very, very privileged. We're just trying to get out over here a little bit more without getting too wet. It's just getting redder. It's so beautiful. Oh look, I've got a little rock here. I'm going to put the phone up like that. You guys can watch that for a little bit. I've seen a photo. Oops. so gorgeous, guys. I just can't get over that. All right, I'll pick you up again. We'll get a bit closer out here because it'll be really nice on the water out here. So Craig, you still can't see it? Hopefully Paul can sort you out here. Oh. So beautiful. Like seriously. No, he didn't see any whales today, Deb. I think on Sunday or Saturday. Saturday, I think he saw 2 whales. So he reckons, Deb, that it's actually the end of the season. So he's at the bottom of Australia and I'm kind of like on the east coast up the top, so to speak. So it's whale season where I am at the moment. So whale season goes from May till about August, October here. Well, no, probably September, October here. So normally they go back down around October, November. So they'll go past Paul and say hello, g'day mate, and then they'll go back to Antarctica. So there you go, guys. There's the dragon boat racing. Ever wanted to do that, guys? Craig or Paul, are you into dragon boat racing? Ever tried that? Deb, were you ever interested in kayaking? I like kayaking. It's so much fun. It's so gorgeous. Just can't get enough of that. Just beautiful. I mean, you should never, like, look at that over there. Look at that. So where I was before is over there. That's why that sky is just so amazing. So we're like around the other side of the peninsula. Oh. Okay, we're going to go around this. Oh. The mud flats are a bit muddy. Plus, my shoes are going to end up stinking, aren't they? Oh, wow. I might wash them when I get home, actually. It's just wild. All right, let's go across here. Hopefully not get too boggy. Eek. Oh, yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Just... Okay. Hey, Paul, have you ever seen a dugong before? They're out here, you know, because that's the seagrass they eat. They eat the seagrass. But I've never seen a dugong. I mean, I might have seen one at the zoo or something, or aquarium or something, but they're not memorable because I hate those kind of places now. But yeah, I've yet to see one in the wild. Really like to see one in the wild. Hi Country Homestead, how you going? Welcome to the sunset on Tuesday afternoon here in sunny Queensland. It's so beautiful. We're kind of like on low tide here. Eek. Walking over kind of muddy flats and rocks. But that is just stunning. Look at that, guys. I can't get over that. High Country Homestead. Are you Susan? How you going, Susan? So this is Woody Point, and it is really low tide right now. So we've got a nice big jetty here. So a lot of people are watching the sunset from over there, but I think this is just as beautiful. Jeez, Mother Nature, I tell you. You're afraid of tipping over, Deb? Oh, I mean, I guess it's all part of it, isn't it? Like, as long as you're a pretty good swimmer, you're okay. I mean, we're not going out in the surf. So, Susan, are you one of Paul's friends? Or am I being really ignorant and I follow you and I didn't know your name? Probably. Sorry. Oh, yes. Okay, oh. Susan, I met you on Doran's Live the other day with the Source. You're down in Victoria, aren't you? So do you know Paul? Because he's in Victoria too. That'd be really cool if you guys knew each other. I think you do, because he said, hi, Susan, and you said, hi, Paul. Though Paul's name is in his handle. Hey, well, hello. Welcome to my backyard. Gosh, I can't get over that. That is just so beautiful. You love sailing, do you, Deb? So, Deb, you're completely surrounded by Australians today. So, High Country Homestead, I'm sure they're in the Alpines of Victoria. I met them on a live the other day, on someone else's live. And I believe her name's Susan, because Paul said, hi, Susan. And Deb Warwick is from Spring, Texas. So I've met her on a live, and she just drops in and says hello. We have a chat, and she should be going to bed because it must be like after 2 a.m. now. Guys, this is gorgeous, guys. I live five minutes away from here, Susan. So have you ever been to Redcliffe before? Because this is Redcliffe. There is heaps of people out in the mudflats now, look, taking photos, because it's so gorgeous. It's interesting what the phone picks up, and I've got no filter on my phone, and to what you guys see. Jeez, that's crazy, guys. Crazy. I just can't get over this. It's so beautiful. So, Susan, Paul and Craig. So, Farm Cow is Craig. He's based in Stanthorpe. He has a channel on movies, but Paul and I have never been able to actually see his content. And Paul and Craig says, oh, I've got over 500 movies on my videos, on my channel, but we can't see them. So anyway, Paul is trying to help him figure that out while we're on the live, which is nice. Oh, cool. So whereabouts in Victoria are you from, in the Alpines? Because I've got to say, I've actually never been to the Alpines in Victoria. I've been to Dandenong. Is it Dandenong? No. There's just outside of Melbourne, there's a national park, and they've got some set of stairs. I think there are about 1,000 stairs going up, and they call it the Stairway to Hell or Heaven or something like that. It's a really nice national park, actually, but it's a pretty cool walk. I've only really been there. Hey, I am. Will, I am. How you going, mate? How's the sunset this afternoon, Will? It's a complete Aussie connection this afternoon. So, Will, I am, and I'm not being disrespectful. I'm saying I am. I am is from Brisbane. High Country Homestead, who's Susan. She's from Alpine, Victoria. We've got Paul D Australia from Victoria. We've got Farm Cow from Stanthorpe. And then we've got Deb. Deb from Texas. How cool is that, guys, that we have the Australian connection this afternoon? Kind of love that. So what, Paul, you used to live where near Susan? That's pretty cool. So Will.i.am, and I just say call him Will.i.am because there's a singer called Will.i.am. But I.am has been a great support while I've been doing these walks. So Susan, I'm walking on Friday. Have you ever heard of Coast Track? Because they do Coast Track down in the Mornington Peninsula, where they walk 30 Ks. Well, actually, you can walk 20 Ks, 30 Ks, 45 or 60 Ks now, and it's for mental health. So I'm doing that on Friday on the Sunshine Coast here. I'm walking from Peregian Beach down to Mooloolaba, and I've been doing lives for the last three and a half weeks probably, taking basically people on a walk with me, talking about the awareness of mental health. I got into this because I lost a good girlfriend to mental health about 4 years ago. So ever since then, I've been doing these kind of charity walks. And yeah, so I'm walking on sand for 30 kilometres, and it's not easy. And I've been training on sand. So I just was on the other side of the peninsula, literally, and I just drove over here to see the sunset and just took everyone with me on the drive. Actually, no, I lie. This is my 7th live this afternoon. I don't know what's happened, but I don't know, this connection just keeps on dropping out. Normally I have perfect, I've never really dropped out much, but yeah, this afternoon I've just had a bit of issues. But anyway, that's all right. It's all about you guys getting to see the sunset. I'm kind of tapering off my training, so there hasn't been much training today, other than my normal walking that I normally do through the day. Tomorrow morning I might do a live. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm either doing a live tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon. And then Thursday, I won't be doing any hardcore walking. I'm just probably going to do just my normal walking. So I'm prepared enough, guys. I don't know how many kilometres I've done in the last 3.5 weeks. I will add them up, because obviously I can see them on my phone. But yeah, I've done some massive days some days. So Saturday I did 15 kilometres. I think Friday I did 19.5. So anyway, I could have possibly overtrained those days too. But anyway, I'm prepared, I'm ready. All I need to do is pack my bag. Oh, there's something in the water just there, popping up. I can't believe this, guys. This is just so beautiful. Susan, have you been to Phillip Island? Mate, it's actually stunning. For the last 10 minutes, it's gone from purple to reds. It's just been amazing. And this guy's just going out now. How awesome would it be to go out there now? It's just so stunning. Afternoons like this, you just feel so grateful. Now, in true Lavender style, what are we all grateful for today, guys? Will.i.am, if you're still there, what are you grateful for today? I'm going to start, guys. Put in the chat what you're grateful for. But I'm grateful that I just got to see this beautiful sunset. Wasn't planned. I just saw the sky on the other side and went, you know what? I reckon it's going to be absolutely cracker of a sunset. Let's go. So I'm grateful for my spontaneous. How do I say that? Spontaneousness. I love that, I was just walking on the beach on the other side of Redcliffe, and I just thought, you know what? Let's go look at the sunset. And, it's great that I'm able to do that. I'm grateful that I have a car to drive. There's many people that don't even have a car. So it's, it's a blessing. And look, obviously, the biggest thing I should really be grateful for is the fact that these legs, these shoes, these feet, they carry me to walk. Because without all this walking, I would never have met half you guys. Like, Paul, I really wouldn't have got to know you very well. I did lives when I was on traveling, and I got to know you a bit, and you've got to know me a bit. But I think, I don't know if you agree, but, doing these lives, I've kind of probably got myself a little bit more vulnerable, shared a lot more stories about myself, and I don't know if that's good or bad. But, I've enjoyed kind of, getting to know you guys. And obviously, after my training, I think I will still do some lives walking on the beach, because I do really enjoy it, but obviously I'm not going to be doing it like twice a day that I've been doing. Like, I don't need to do that much training anymore, guys. Just my normal walking. So, Deb, the end of July, you're going back to Colorado with my youngest daughter and her family. You're going to see your oldest daughter and her family and walk in the beloved Rocky Mountains. Oh, Deb, cannot wait to hear about that. I'd love to go to the Rocky Mountains. That sounds absolutely fabulous. Look, let us know. Yeah, keep us abreast about that. That sounds amazing. The hiking there would be phenomenal. But no, you don't even need to go for hiking. You just go for a walk. And I'm sure that just driving through the Rocky Mountains too would be really cool. That's so nice. So guys, do you want to share what you're grateful for? Deb? Or have you shared it already? Paul, do you want to tell us what you're grateful for today? Paul, how's Craig going? Has he sorted it out? Oh, look, Paul, I will continue the lives, you know that. But I just won't be doing it twice a day, I think it's just probably a little bit excessive. I mean, look at me. I've done, this is my 6th live this afternoon. How crazy. Oh, look, I think there's some space for me to do some lives. But I really do want to start posting my actual video content. So I'm really looking forward to getting back into that too. So I think what I might do is I might alternate. One morning I'll do a live in the morning. The next day I'll do a live in the afternoon. That way, I'm getting, a mix of both, morning and afternoon. And, because I know I see different people on the mornings and I see different people in the afternoons. So it's nice to, to see different people. But I probably won't do it every day. Can't guarantee that. I was really hoping I could do the schedule thing, Paul. I don't know what happened. I really don't get it. Hey, High Country Homestead, Susan, do you ever schedule your lives? Because I scheduled my live this afternoon on my phone using the normal YouTube app, and I decided to go in early, and the app let me do that. But then when I did that, I could see everyone in the chat, but I was the video was playing and I was doing my thing, talking away, but no one could see me. So I could see everyone in the chat saying, hey, she's coming on in 3 minutes. But I'd already come on early. And then when it came to 4 o'clock, when it was supposed to be on, nothing changed. It still didn't turn on. So I don't know what happened. I'm not sure. I'm just confused. And then, I don't know. Does anyone... Look, I'll play with it. You know what I'm like. I'll just do more practicing. I think I'll do another schedule tomorrow and see what happens, hey? Just for shits and giggles. So I'll probably walk tomorrow morning. Because if this sunset's like this, I reckon a good chance the sunrise will be just like a cracker. The mornings I've been up on the beach doing sunrise walks, it's been pretty clear. It just goes straight up. But I really like the clouds I don't know, like, I don't know if you're the same, but like when you see a sunrise and there's lots of clouds, it just looks so, like, it just looks different than just the normal rise. I mean, it's still beautiful. I'm not ditching Mother Nature. You're amazing, Mother Nature. But like when there's clouds, it just adds a kind of different dimension to it. Do you agree or do you not agree? I don't know. So Craig, you still haven't figured it out? This is really weird. I don't know. Oh, that's right. That's right. I did read that in the chat that you're waiting to 800. So what are you at the moment, Susan? I just literally got to my first fight. Well, I just got to 500 on Friday morning, which is pretty exciting. I was actually got to 500 on my live too, so that was pretty cool. And then of course, all my fellow friends on here egged me on to do a happy dance. So Susan, I'd like to do a dance just for shits and giggles. You know, this is just the Aussie way. We just do things for shits and giggles, right? So I'm no dancer. I'm definitely not a dancer. But I do these dances called Dancing with Dora on Wednesday nights, and I post them. But they kind of carry on to, you know, any day I feel like dancing. And if anyone eggs me on to dance, I pretty much dance. And I also like to do a jumping for joy, which is just a star jump. So I did a couple of them on the beach before, but I don't think anyone saw them because my lives weren't working. That was funny. So Deb, are you from Colorado, or was it just that your other daughter lives in Colorado? Oh, so Deb, you're having an eye surgery coming up soon. What kind of, are you like getting cataracts? Is that what you're getting done, or do you want to share about your eye surgery? Oh, Deb, we feel very privileged to say that, you know, that you're grateful for us. We love that, Deb. Well, that's right. I mean, actually, Deb, today we're just going to pretend that you're Australian, okay? Because you're completely in the Australian connection today. Oops. $650 subs. That's pretty good, Susan. Definitely. So when you get to 800 subs, I really can't wait to see a happy dance, okay, Susan? Do a sunset dance. See what I'm saying? People egg me on all the time. I don't know if I can, Deb, because the rock that I was leaning up to... Oh, actually, I can. Hold on. Here we go. We can do a happy dance. We're just going to get the dirt. Here's our tripod. All right. Okay, we need to turn it the other way. Now, the problem is, guys, I'm turning it around. I'm not using the selfie camera. Now, Craig and Paul, you do know we had a little issue the other day. I didn't trust you, so I trust you guys, okay? I trust you guys. You're not going to lie. See, the selfie camera is not great. So we're turning it around. Okay. I think you can see me. All right. I need to think of a song in my head. What song can I think of? Okay, got one. I'm singing. Actually, I'm just made up a song. I'm saying, beautiful world, beautiful world, beautiful world, beautiful world. Thank you, Mother Nature. She's gorgeous. Mother Nature's gorgeous. Okay, tell me you saw that. Please tell me you saw that. So you saw that, Paul? Because, you know, I do trust you now. I know that you would never lead me astray. Gosh, that guys, honestly, Mother Nature is nuts. That is so beautiful. Can you see the cars? Like, can you see that reflection of the cars driving through? That's pretty cool, actually. Oh, thanks, Susan. It was joyful. I was singing, I actually made up a song. I said it was a beautiful world. Thank you, universe. Beautiful world. Thank you, Mother Nature. Beautiful world. Just being grateful, because I mean, like, there's so much sadness in this world at the moment. And, you know, the topic that, you know, I'm walking for, you know, mental health is, you know, it's a sad topic. And it's a deep topic. And, you know, when you look at these kind of, you know, the sunrise and the sunset, it just brings you back to that moment, that how grateful we are to have, you know, every morning the sun rises and every afternoon the sun sets. And I know it doesn't, you know, that's not as simple as fixing some of the problems we have in our world or that we might have individually. But, you know, it's nice to be that we can guarantee the next morning there'll be a beautiful sunrise if we got up early enough to see it, if it wasn't too cloudy. Many things. Or, you know, we didn't have an obstructed view. But, you know, you're pretty much guaranteed to wake up and see some beautiful sunrise. You just need to look up at the sky. Look at that. It's getting dark. It's okay. I might actually have to use my torch to get back onto the boardwalk, because we don't want to twist an ankle, do we, guys? Yeah, it's pretty cool, hey? Like the cars, that's all cars. But it actually makes for an interesting photo if you think about it. So over here, guys, is the Hornibrook Bridge. It's pretty long. I think it's one of the longest bridges in the Southern Hemisphere. So that connects to the mainland. So it's kind of like a bit of a peninsula. Well, it is a peninsula, but that makes you feel like you're on an island. When you come home on that bridge, it's like you're on your own little private island. I do love where I live. I feel very grateful that I live here. There's many things to be grateful for, guys. I mean, I know it's easy to look at sometimes the doom and gloom and stuff, what's going on in our lives. And look, mind you, you know, I don't have any major health issues. So, you know, I take that off. You know, I'm very grateful that I don't have any major health issues. So, but, you know, I think if we can just try to find stuff that's, you know, we can be grateful for, like simple things like the sky, the stars, although there's no stars at the moment. But, you know, a sunrise or the beautiful water, being able to go for a simple walk. And I know not everyone, you know, is nuts enough to want to do a 30k walk. But if you want to watch me do a 30k walk, sure. I haven't figured out if I'm going to do a live on the weekend, on Friday. I might do little individual lives, because obviously I don't want to do the whole time. And plus also, you know, the ladies that I'm walking with, I'm not sure how they'd feel about me kind of like, you know, doing a live. But I'll talk to them and see, because I would like to take you a bit on the journey. And like there will be times that I'll drop back and just, you know, do a live and have a chat with you guys. And that's why I wanted to work out these scheduling things, because that way I can schedule them and that way you guys can know that I'll do a live at that time. Oh, you're in the clouds, of course. Zero visibility. Hey, is it snowing down there for you, Susan? Paul, that's like a song. Oh, you are singing a song. Oh, that's actually a beautiful song. Hey, was it by Louis Armstrong? Is that Louis Armstrong's song? What a Wonderful World. He's got such an amazing voice, hasn't he? Okay, someone's cars. Oh no, they're okay. All right, guys. I think I'm going to try to figure out how to get back. Oops, onto the there you go. Onto the beach without tripping over a rock. And then we'll see the sunset a little bit more, if it's still there. Oh, well, I'm glad that we are able to show you the sunset, guys. And that it stayed on more than, 10 minutes. So weird. Anyway, whatever. Things happen for reasons, right, guys? And you know what's cool? Because, Deb, you are now Australian. How cool is that? We're all Australian here. Because before we had all different people from different places, Turkey and all over the place. Actually, there was another lady, Juliet. Julie? I don't know. Yeah, she said she was from Australia too. So isn't it interesting? Some afternoons I can have like a full international kind of have a chat. And then some afternoons it's just you and Craig, Paul and Craig and me. But this afternoon we've got the full Australian connection. Okay, so we're safe. We're safe. So I guess the good thing about being out there, you haven't got the lights kind of obstructing your view. God, it's a beautiful afternoon. So not too many people use this boat ramp because it's it's very low. Well, Susan, it's great that we get to introduce you to an Aussie chat. Well, Will.i.am might be in the background somewhere. But yeah, he's from Brisbane. We've got Craig from Stanthorpe. We've got Paul from Victoria. Susan from Victoria. It's cool. God, I look like I'm in jail. Do I look like I'm in jail? This is my jail shot, my mug shot. I didn't do it. I just got caught. Gosh, look at that, guys. Honestly, it's just still going off. It's amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So cool. Well, Susan, it's the first time for everything. This is the first time I've had actually quite a few people from Australia. Actually, Paul and I kind of have a joke that there's not many Australian content creators. So when I saw you in the chat the other day, Susan, I was like, oh, cool, you're from Australia. I was kind of very excited. So, yeah. But yeah, Susan, do you know, actually, do you know Paul already? I didn't miss that. Do you actually follow each other already? Yeah, Deb, you're definitely a fellow Australian now, okay? God, that's beautiful, guys. It's just so gorgeous. All right, let's get my bottle of water. Walk back towards the car a bit. Actually, guys, this will be a really pretty shot. These pines with the sunset behind it. Oh, I love that shot. How cool is that? I'm going to take a photo of that. Actually, we'll go back a little bit more. All about photos, guys. I like to take photos. There we go. Do you like that shot? That looks cool. So beautiful. These pines make a really cool sunset even cooler, I reckon. Oh, actually, while I'm on this, can you see that? Actually, while I'm on the grass, I'm actually trying to clean my shoes, get the mud flaps off my shoes. Gosh, look at that. Guys, I can't believe that's probably my best sunset I've seen this year. I actually think there's a good chance that tomorrow's sunrise is going to be absolutely beautiful. I'll tell you, because I'm definitely probably going to do sunrise tomorrow morning. It's great that there's still people out and about. It's definitely not that cold. Hey Susan, do you have many people that are Australian watching and following your content? Because I'd definitely like to get more people, connect more with Australian content creators. Does that sound, it sounds very stuck up when I say that. I want to make friends with more content creators because I'm such a content creator. But I guess I do make videos, so I probably shouldn't say that I am a concrete. I am a concrete. Concrete. I am a content creator. Oh my goodness. Well, let's have a seat here. Look at that, guys. That is so beautiful. Now I can see a little bit better. Oh, so Susan and Paul, you actually don't know each other as creators? Like you're not following each other, subscribing to each other? Because I thought Paul in the chat said straight away to you, hi Susan. That's why I just presumed that you guys knew each other. Ah, so you are friends. Okay, I'll get on the speed in a second, okay? Hey Deb, stay tuned about that. I'm going to do a postcard exchange video. So I have you on the list. Actually, Deb, do you mind putting your, there's no weirdos in the chat, okay? Do you mind putting your email address in the chat? Because I went looking, because you don't post videos, you don't actually post content, you're just a watcher, there is no email address for you to contact you. So I can't kind of say, hey, Deb, watch this video because we're going to talk about, the postcard thing. So, Paul, would you be interested in doing a postcard exchange? Because I really wanted to get a few people from Australia too, and then obviously some people from overseas. Susan, would you be interested in doing a postcard exchange? I don't want to make it too complicated, but it's just going to be simply a few of us that agree that we're going to do a postcard exchange, and I'll, swap your names to give you the names, and then you guys will exchange, addresses, and then just send a postcard to each other. Or you send that postcard to someone and then someone else will send you a postcard. But anyway, I haven't figured out the complete rules and blah, blah, blah. But that way, we might be able to get 1 or 2 postcards each from different places, which I think would be kind of exciting. So Deb, I think you'd love a postcard from Australia. But at the same time, you might be able to get a postcard from Spain or, wherever that we can get some people interested. I think I was talking to Nicola the other day when she was on the live with Paul and I and Craig. I think she might have been interested too, and she's actually in Italy. So that'd be pretty cool. Imagine getting a postcard from Italy. So yeah, Deb, do you want to put do you feel comfortable putting your email address in the chat? Jazz! Cool! Hey, Jazz! Okay, so Jazz is lurking in the background. So, yeah, wouldn't it be cool to get a postcard from Jazz in the UK? Well, Jazz, I'm sorry to say, mate, you are joining the Australian Connection this afternoon. Everyone's Australian. Well, Deb now is Australian. She's from Texas normally, but she's now Australian. And, like, well, Jazz, you've been to Australia. Let's just pretend you're Australian too. Because we had Will I Am, he was from Australia. We've got Farm Cow. I think he's lurking in the background. He's trying to fix his YouTube at the moment. We've got Susan. So Susan is High Country Homestead. She's based in Victoria, in the Alps of Victoria. So Susan, Jazz Nomad TV is our mate, and she's living at the moment in the UK. She's been living in the UK for a while, but she's actually from Gaborone, and her husband's from Cameron, and they've also lived in a long time in Paris. So they speak fluent French. She actually has a French channel also, but her channel, this channel, talks about travel, solo travel, a lot about solo travel, and different experiences she's having, traveling around and doing adventures in the UK. She just had a really interesting experience doing a Vispana 7-day silent retreat. Susan, could you do that? Can you imagine doing a 7 days silent retreat where you just do basically yoga and meditation? So that was a really fun video to watch of Jazz's. So if that sounds interesting, you should check out Jazz out, because yeah, she's got a very interesting channel. And obviously Susan. So Jazz, I just met Susan last week on Doran's live, and I was very excited to see another Australian, because obviously they're always on Doran's lives. They're mostly actually American. I'm not giving shit about that, because, you know, that's great. But so that's why when I saw Susan say, oh yeah, something hello from Australia, I was like, oh my God, I'm Australian too. So yeah, it's pretty funny. But yeah, Susan posts about her farm life. It's pretty cool, actually. I love homesteading. So Susan, a bit of background about me. Obviously, my channel's about exploring. I'd like to explore 80 countries in my lifetime. I'm up to country number 63, which I don't know, it's got a question mark on country number 63. Or did I just do country 63? I'm confused. I just went to Luxembourg in May and Samoa in May. It was a really good month. It was my birthday month. I turned 50, so, you know, you got to celebrate. So I think I'm up to 62 or 63. I'm not sure. I can't remember now. But it's not all about numbers, hey. Like, I love Australia. I love where I live. You know, you can have adventures in your own backyard. So, yeah, I like to take people on adventures. But I also love growing stuff. So that's why when I saw that you're a homestead page, and I was checking out your page, you talk about growing stuff. I love that. I also don't have animals. I mean, major animals, but I have some chickens in my backyard. Oh, that's right, Deb. Sorry, Susan, you were talking about, oh my gosh, you're talking about crunching up eggshells to give to your chickens for calcium. That's right, we were talking about that, and I said that I put them on my tomatoes. So yeah, I love growing stuff. And I think Jazz is actually into it too. And she actually wants to make a retreat in Cameron. I think that's where her, well, I think she wants to do that in where her husband is from. They've got some land there or some property, and she wants to make a bed and breakfast kind of Airbnb where people come and stay on her land and eat off the land and have like all these cultural experiences about Cameron. I love that. I cannot wait for you to do that, Jazz. So I think Jazz is actually planning to go to Africa soon, actually, and start making some movement on that, which is pretty cool. And actually, Jazz, I think you have a second channel about growing plants, don't you, with your husband? Oh, so Susan, you were actually not, you didn't know Paul. Oh, okay, right. Well, you should check out Paul's page also. Paul talks about, or he shows us what Phillip Island's like, the animals he sees, things he sees on his walks, like low tide, and just beautiful, beautiful landscapes, right? And he also shows us about his travels in Australia and overseas. So you should definitely check each other's channels out. And especially because we're Australian, man. It's always good to support Australian people. But then, of course, we love to support Jazz too, even though Jazz is lurking in the background because she's working at the moment and she's just doing a sneaky little check-in saying that she wants to do the postcard exchange. So, yeah, cool. We've got two people. We've got Debra. Debra, did you put your email in the chat? I missed that. I'm probably way... Okay, let me just find your postcard, your email address. Sorry, Deb, I've kind of missed it. I probably got sidetracked. What's new? Deb, could you just drop it in again? Because I'm kind of going cross-eyed now, looking at the chat. Let me just go down the bottom. I see Jazz is now selling Paul D. So Susan, I think you've convinced that you have to check out Paul D. So Susan, are you interested in doing a postcard exchange too? Because I'll put you on the list too. Paul, did you say that you're interested? Oh, we're just going to put you saying that you are interested anyway. Okay, so I was completely right, Susan. Yeah, you did the eggshells. Yeah, so I love homesteady stuff. Hey, that's so cool. Yeah, so I look forward to seeing more of your content, Susan. It's great that I actually now know your name too. When you learn people's names, you kind of connect a little bit more, which is great. I love that. Jazz, do you want to drop your your name, your channel name is exactly what's in the chat. And Susan's chat, her name, High Country Homestead, is exactly her name too on the handle. So you guys should check each other out, screenshot or something so you can. Oh, so Jazz, I just came up with it in my 20s. I just said, you know what, I want to visit 80 countries. So that's what I just came up with. It wasn't like I want to see every country. I mean, I would like to. But, in my early 20s, I was like, 80 is a good number. So let's go with 80. So then when I started doing a handle for social media, I just went, oh, hell, Explorer because, Dora the Explorer has been, taken everywhere. And Explorer is the Hispanic word for explorer. So, and Exploradora sounds cool together. Exploradora. And 80, so Exploradora 80. So that's how I got my name. And obviously Dora is my nickname. So my real name is Mutiara. So Susan, you probably wouldn't have heard that before. So Mutiara is my real name, but Mutiara is very hard to say in a hurry. And, people won't remember that. And if I had my name was Mutiara 80, it just doesn't have the same ringtone, the ring to it. So Dora is literally my nickname. Quite a few of my friends call me Dora. I was nicknamed that when I was backpacking through South America. We were playing celebrity heads, and I didn't actually, we were like saying everyone has to put it, like we were going to put a name of someone that we thought they looked like, and everyone thought I looked like Dora because I'm always wearing a backpack and I've got dark hair. I didn't actually get it. I did not. And when I pulled the name off my head, I went, oh, of course, Dora the Explorer. And then all my friends that I was traveling with just started calling me Dora. So then I referred to myself as Dora on Facebook, like Dora's stories, or, like this is what Dora got up to today. And then just caught. And then when I came back from that trip, I was backpacking for 6 months around the world at that time. I came home and I happened to be in a supermarket, not where I live. And I ran into a friend that I used to play tennis with. And she's like, hey, Dora. And I didn't actually, respond because, no one's ever called me Dora in Australia at that time. And then she's like, came up to my face and said, hey. And I went, oh my God, hello. She's like, welcome home, Dora. And I went, oh, hello. You're the first person that's called me Dora in Australia. And it's just clicked now and everyone just calls me Dora. So yeah, that's how I got my handle. So Deb, I'm still looking for your email address here. Actually, I might just go back to the car because I can't see properly. I'm going blind. So, Jazz, so funny, right? I've done about 7 lives this afternoon. Every time I did a live, it just had issues. I tried to do a scheduled live and then I made the mistake of going on live like 5 minutes before the scheduled post was about to start, and I thought there was no issue with that. Apparently there was. And I thought because I've got another phone with me, I was hotspotting, and I thought that was causing my phone to drop out. So I just kept on dropping out the whole time. So I've never had issues on the walks I normally do, but today just had issue after issue. So let me have a look at the chat now. Okay, so Susan, you're into the postcard exchange. Cool. Heather! Hello, Heather. How you going, mate? So Heather, so we'd love a postcard from Ireland. So we've got Jase in America. We've got UK. We've got Ireland. We've got America with Deb. We've got Susan in Australia. I reckon Paul's going to do it in Victoria too. There's me in Brisbane. And there's a few other people that I think there was Nicola. She's in Italy. And look, I'm going to put it out to a few other people too so that we get a bit of a mix. And then I'll contact you guys and we'll do a live and I'll tell you how we're going to do it, just so that's fair for everyone. And I think we're going to do 2 postcards exchanges, so that way if the postcard didn't come to you, you're not going to be upset because then you'll get another postcard from someone else. So it's not necessarily going to be like I send a postcard to Jase and Jase sends a postcard to me. It'll be kind of like a chain, like a turnaround. So basically I might have to send a postcard to Debra, for example, and then Debra might have to send a postcard to Jase, and Jase has to send a postcard to Susan, but then we'll do that a few times, so we'll actually have to send 2 postcards. So, yeah, I mean, I think that's fair because if you miss out on getting a postcard, you'd be a bit disappointed. So if there's 2 postcards sent, then there's a good chance you'll get one of them. Because it's just saying, because I'm still waiting for a postcard that I sent to myself from Samoa, and that was 2 months ago. So there's sometimes, some countries, it's slower. Some places it just unlucky. So, yeah. Now I can't see. How are you, Heather? Hey, Heather, you just missed out on an amazing sunset. So it's worth going back and watching the rerun and kind of fast forwarding through it. The sunset was amazing. Jase, did you see the sunset? I know you were listening in the background, but the sunset was amazing. Hey, so guys, I don't know if you know Heather's backyard. I think Paul has been met Heather's backyard before. I don't know, Jase, have you met Heather before? Heather she's from Canada. I have got this right, haven't I, Heather? She's from Canada and she's just recently moved in the last year to Ireland. And she's actually, Susan, you'll love this. She's homesteading kind of stuff in Ireland. So, Heather, here we go. High Country Homestead is Susan. She does a homestead channel in Australia, in the Highlands of Australia. and she talks about different stuff, that techniques that she's doing with her animals and planting. So you guys might actually have a lot in common. I think we all have a lot in common. We all like, vegetables and stuff and growing stuff. Some people are better than others, but we try. But yeah, you guys might actually, be really worth having checking out each other's channels. Yeah, hey, thanks for Susan for jumping on and saying hello and spending some time with us. And I'm glad that you're interested in the postcard exchange. I will set up a plan and then, send some details. But hey, Deb, I still haven't seen your email. Has anyone seen an email address in the chat from Deb? Because I can't see it. Oh, so you had tech issues on Sunday also, Jazz? Oh, that's great that Susan can speak French, eh? Oh, so Heather, you're really joined at the moment. We've had a really nice Australian connection this afternoon. We've had about 5 different people, all Australian. And I don't often have like just all Australian people on the chat. So it's been really interesting. So Heather, Jazz Nomad TV is my mate from the UK, and she's got a really interesting, well, I think she's lovely, but she's got an interesting, quirky personality. But she is from Gaborone, and her husband's from Cameroon, and they've been living in France for a long time, but they've also now been living in the UK for a while. Currently in the UK, and Jazz posts about a lot about solo travel and adventures that she gets up to. And she's going to have an interesting time because she wants to open a Airbnb slash bread and breakfast in Cameroon. They've got some property there, and they want to have like people can go there and stay at their Airbnb or the homestay kind of thing, and do like eat off the land. So Jazz is really into homesteading also. So that adventure is going to be awesome to watch unfold, and we're at the start of the adventure. Basically, they've got the land. They're just going to start. I think she's actually going back. She's planning to go back this year to start kind of preparing for it, aren't you, Jazz? Which is so exciting. Cool. So Susan says she's going to check out Heather's backyard too. Great. Excellent. Oh, Deb, Ireland is amazing. Jazz, have you been to Ireland? And actually, Heather, had you been to Ireland before you'd moved there? Or was it like moving there the first time you went there? I'm guessing you've been there before. You didn't just move there for just for the sake of it. I know your husband is Irish, but had you been there before a few times with your family before you decided to move there? Yeah, see you, Susan. Bye. Okay, she's gone. You lived and worked in Cairns, Heather? Oh, that's cool. You worked in a copper mine in Mount Isa? Oh, that's got to be an experience. Wow, that's really interesting, Heather. I think you've got some stories to tell. I'd like to hear them. You're going to Ireland this year. Oh, well, that's great. So Heather has been actually also posting some of her travel stuff too about Ireland. So that'll get you all excited. Oh, so you went there 6 times. Okay. God. So actually, Heather, remind me exactly whereabouts you are. In which county are you in Ireland? Because I've told you before, I used to live in County Kerry. So Jazz, did you know that? I used to live in County Kerry, which is on the bottom of Ireland, for 3 crazy months through winter. It was madness. It was one of the best experiences of my life. It was crazy. I probably was drunk the whole time. If I wasn't drunk, I was very hungover most of the time. It was so much fun. Irish people are so much fun. Oh, you're in Donegal. Okay, near the coast. So is that Donegal? Is that where they've got the causeway, those giant rock things that look really weird? Is that where Is that what's famous there? Oh, Deb, check her out then. So Deb, how to find Heather? Right, you just need to go look. Heather, your actual channel is called Heather's Backyard. I'm sure it is. That's the def. So if you screenshot do you know how to screenshot, Deb? Or just write down Heather's handle there, which is Heather's Backyard. You'll be able to find her. Hey, see you, Paul. Thanks for jumping on all my lives this afternoon. I'll catch you tomorrow sometime, mate. I've lived in Ireland. So Ireland was the first country I actually went to live, and experience 3 months. And then I went over to live in America. Now, these are all illegal, okay? So I was selling timeshare in Waterville, which is on the Ring of Kerry. It's a famous drive in County Kerry. So I was selling timeshare there. And then I went to work in Cape Cod in Massachusetts, very close to where the Martha's Vineyard, where the royalty of like the JFK family used to have their compound. I think they still have their compound in Hyannis. So it's very hoity-toity, and I'm so not hoity-toity. I actually lived at a resort there, and we sold timeshare. So we were selling the timeshare in Ireland. We were doing presentations at a resort in Mashpee in Cape Cod, and we were kind of promoting it to Irish Americans, because there's a lot of Irish Americans in Massachusetts and New York and kind of New Jersey area. And so the idea that they could buy a timeshare, I mean, you know all about timeshare, so you know all about it. So they would be able to buy a bit of timeshare in Ireland and go back and visit family, just, visit their roots, so to speak. It failed big time. So after 3 months, I was planning to do a visa run because I couldn't stay in America for more than 3 months. So I was planning to go to Mexico for the first time, to Cancun, to just do a visa run and come back. But we weren't making any money. It was just ridiculous. I was with 3 other guys, two guys and an Irish lady. And we were all working together in Ireland. And then most of us were also working together in Australia. So I used to travel around. I've had some really interesting jobs, guys. Like, I've had over 30 jobs in my life. That'd make it one interesting story, actually. I'd do a live on that. It'd be funny, because I definitely wouldn't want to edit that. But yeah, I used to travel around New South Wales doing roadshows, selling timeshare in Bali. And I did that for about 4 or 5 months. And I met these Irish and Scottish people. And then they flew me. They started to start their own kind of timeshare in Ireland, and they said, okay, well, we want you to work for us. I said, well, you're going to have to pay for me to fly there. I'm not doing it for free. So they paid me a return flight to Ireland, and they actually paid for the accommodation too. So it was a great experience. That was a free trip, which was great. Didn't make much money, but it was an experience. And then the same guys moved it over to Ireland, so they paid for my flight over there, to Cape Cod. So I went to Cape Cod, and then that failed, and then there was 2 guys and me that we ended up doing, we went to Cancun, and Cancun is fucking like crazy for timeshare. Every Tom, Dick and Harry has a timeshare resort down there. So the whole of the Yucatan Peninsula, actually. So yeah, that's how I first went to Mexico. So that was on my 25th birthday. We left Cape Cod, and I was about to turn 25, and we were basically driving down to Pennsylvania to get the flights out to Cancun. And we drove through New York. So this is the first time I've ever been to New York. Drove through New York. We stayed in a fancy timeshare in New York, in Manhattan. And it was my 25th birthday. And we went to one of the biggest nightclubs for DJs in the world. It was called Twirlo. It's not there anymore. And my favourite DJ was playing that night. And yeah, Paul Van Dyke. And I'm actually about to go see him next month, actually. So I've seen him a few times now. But anyway, that was pretty cool. Yeah, and then I ended up in Cancun. So then I stayed about 7 months in Cancun, and that was when I was 25. And then when I was about 38, I kind of hit my kind of rock bottom, so to speak. I had broken up with a long-term boyfriend of 10 years, kind of had to sell I got kicked out of my house that I owned. So that was pretty horrible. So I had to broke up with the boyfriend, move, and I also was made redundant from my job that was holding me together. So, guess what I did? I thought, fuck it, I'm going to Mexico. So that's how I ended up in Mexico again. I ended up, putting out some feelers one night saying, will anyone hire me? And I got a job by the end of the night. So I may have to fly myself there, but I had accommodation and a job and a salary, actually, which is really unheard of in timeshare. So that was a really good experience. And then I ended up meeting a Mexican boyfriend, as you do. And then I on and off lived in Mexico for like the next couple of years. And then eventually the Mexican boyfriend and I went back to Australia. So that's another story in itself. The Mexican boyfriend is still here. He's just not my boyfriend anymore. He's like my annoying brother. So we're still friends. But yeah, he's been here now 10 years. And he's, very grateful that, for our experience together. There was a lot of ups and downs, as in, international, there was a bit of long distance relationship too, because I'd come back to Australia sometimes to live and go back to Mexico. But yeah, dating someone from a different culture is so hard. I don't know, Heather, how you go, being Canadian, and then obviously your husband being Irish, I presume your husband. But for me, like Australian and Mexican is just such different cultures. I mean, that would make another video in itself. It was hard. I mean, it was fun, but it was hard. So yeah, that's a bit about me. Yeah, no, I'm actually quite good friends with most of my exes, except the one that I broke up with that I was with for 10 years. That got nasty. Yeah, but that's another experience. Hey, but everything's an experience, right, guys? Like, I wouldn't be me today if I didn't have those experiences. And I look back at now, I look back and I think those times were really hard at that moments, but I learned a lot out of that. It made me a lot stronger. Yeah, so it was an experience, big time. Oh, mate, I'm rich. I'm so rich. And, we're not talking about money, obviously, but I'm so rich in the gifts I've had in my life. And, it's all about networking, hey? Like, the friends I've made in just the weirdest places and work and like friendships I've made and been able to network and just get really good opportunities to just say yes. If I Yeah, so like even how I got into timeshares are like a crazy story. And from, that timeshare, saying yes to that job, I ended up traveling the world. Well, not really, but I mean, I traveled to Ireland, America, and I probably wouldn't ever. I mean, I would love to have said that I would have went to Mexico without that experience, but maybe I wouldn't have. So who knows? It just helped me. Like, I'd backpacked before I did that timeshare stuff, so travel was always in my blood. But that really pushed me over because I used to speak to a lot of international people and talk about travel every day. So, part of timeshare is like selling the dream, the dream that you can change your timeshare from one place to another place. Like the timeshare you had in Florida, you could have used RCI or Interval International and exchange it to different places. There's a timeshare resort across from where I live on the island called Tangalooma Resort. It's one of the first timeshares in Australia, and I would have loved to have bought a timeshare there. My ex-boyfriend actually owned a timeshare. His parents owned a timeshare there, so he used to go there every year for a holiday. It was great. Yeah, totally agree with you, Heather. Hey, Deb, I still haven't got your email address. So can you just put in the chat now your email? Because there's less people in the chat now, so I'm not getting lost. So Deb is, she doesn't post any content, but we've just made friends from the lives, and she'd really like to do the postcard exchange too. So I just thought if I can get her email, that way I can let her know when I'll invite you guys on to do the live, and we'll just all, chat about how we're going to do it and all that kind of, I mean, I'll have some rough idea how we're going to do it, but just to kind of talk about how, who's going to get who and all that kind of stuff and how that can work for everyone. So like, for example, Jase and Heather, I can get their emails very easily because I can send them, I can see their emails in the bio. But if you're not a content creator, so to speak, you don't actually need to put an email address in your bio. So I can't actually contact you, Deb, other than, when you comment. I mean, you've commented in quite a few of my videos, so I could probably put a comment there and say, hey, Deb, watch this video or something like that. But I just don't want you to miss it so that, you can be part of the postcard exchange. So it says we've got 4 people on the live. So I've got Jase, Heather, and Deb. I think Paul's gone, but maybe he just left his live on just to listen in the background, maybe. I don't know. So Deb, call and Deb, call and Deb. Anyway, Jase, how's your morning going anyway? Because are you at work this morning early? And Heather, have you done all your animal duties this morning? How cold is it? Actually, how's the weather in Ireland at the moment? In not Donegal. Oh, I wonder. Okay, hold on a second, Deb. Just give me a second. Okay, Deb, in a second, you might be able to do that. Okay, Deb, I think because there might be something about YouTube, like for privacy and stuff like that, but I've just made you a moderator, and it just means that if there's any weirdos in the chat, you can like block them. But now try. It should work now, Deb. Hey, Lavender, how you going? Hey, that was really cool that Liam and Rose were on before. So sorry that we got cut off. I had some issues with lives. This has been my sixth or seventh live this afternoon. This is the only live that's gone after more than 15 minutes. But I wanted to show your brother Lavender's Rock. But anyway, that's all right. It wasn't meant to be. Okay, I've got it, Deb. I'm screenshotting it now, so I've got it. Okay, I got you, Deb. I'll send you an email, okay? So my email is exploradora80@hotmail.com, but you'll see it, okay? I'll send you an email tonight, okay? So that way we've got it, so you're in contact. So Lavender, you missed a really cool sunset. So if you rewind the live later on, I'm about to finish up anyway, the sunset was absolutely nuts. Amazing, amazing, amazing. And you know, Lavender, we've had pretty much most people this afternoon have been Australian. We had he's from Brisbane. We had Farm Cow from Stanthorpe. We had you from Australia. We had Craig. We had Country Homestead. Susan, she's from Victoria. We had, who else do we have? Oh, we just said that Deb is now Australian, so she's Australian. And Jase has been to Australia, so she's Australian now too. So it's been a complete Australian connection this afternoon. It's been really interesting. I mean, I'm not saying I love having different people on, obviously, the chat, but it's just really, peculiar to have just Australians on the chat. Considering when I talk to Paul sometimes, I'm like, do you have many people that follow you or subscribe to you from Australia? Because it's really, I don't have many people that subscribe to me from Australia. There's actually not a huge lot of content creators in Australia, which, makes me even more determined to, try to get into my YouTube a little bit more. So anyway, there's a time and a place. At the moment, I'm, just trying to wind down this walking. I didn't do much training today at all, but I'm going to do a live tomorrow morning for sunset because I just have a feeling that sunset's going to be amazing. But I'm not really doing proper training. I'm just really just chilling a little bit more, just being nice to my body. Because, I'm fit enough. I just need to, walk on Friday. Guess what? What's up? What's up, Lavender? You're having tacos for dinner. Taco Tuesday. I don't know. It's your birthday soon? You might be moving to Queensland. Your whole family or just you? Hey, good to see you, Heather. I'll see you later. I'll be in contact about the postcard exchange, hey? Oh, and also about our jewellery live, because I'm excited about doing that. Oh, your whole family going to move to Queensland? Wow. Are you going to go to the Gold Coast? Because you were talking about going on holiday to the Gold Coast. Hey, guys, I'm going to start driving home because it's what time is it? It's 6:30. Oh, yep, so you're going to move to the Gold Coast. Oh, how exciting is that? Well, that's really exciting, Lavender. Wow. Well, keep us up to oh my gosh. Let us know what's going on with that. Anyway, I'm going to go, guys. Jazz, good to chat with you. And it's nice to make some new connections, which is great. And yeah, I'll see ya. Bye. See you, Lavender. And whoever else is lurking in the background. Bye. Oh, yeah, see ya. See you, Deb. I've got your email now. Bye.